Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Baltimore RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news, so let's talk about a hot rumor that's been swirling around the NFL circles lately. There's speculation that the Baltimore Ravens could be making a bold move to acquire J.C. Horn from the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, you heard that right, Horn, the elite cornerback who's been making waves in Carolina, might soon be donning purple and black. Now, this isn't just idle gossip, folks. The Panthers, sitting at 6-5 and fighting to stay in the playoff picture, are reportedly considering trading their lockdown cornerback in exchange for a fourth-round pick in the 2026 draft. The move makes some sense when you look at their current cap situation, which hovers around $17 million, and their need to focus on extensions for Bryce Young, their promising quarterback, and some defensive linemen to stabilize what's been an inconsistent attack averaging 22 points per game. The background here is pretty interesting. The Panthers' defense, ranked 24th in points allowed at 24. 5 per game has been a mixed bag. They struggle on third downs, allowing about 38% conversions, which puts a lot of pressure on them to get better coverage, especially considering injury issues in their secondary. They're also in a bit of a rebuild mode, trying to free up cap space. Trading Horn could free up around $10 million and give them some flexibility to address other needs, like bolstering their running game or adding depth to their roster. But for the Ravens, this isn't just about cap space or draft picks. It's about acquiring a game-changing talent that can elevate their secondary and potentially turn the tide in close games. Let's zoom in on Horn's profile because, if this trade happens, Ravens fans will be getting a player who fits exactly what they need. J.C. Horn, entering his 5th season, has established himself as one of the league's top shutdown corners. Over his career, he's tallied over 150 tackles, 8 interceptions, and holds a PFF grade of 84.3, which is pretty impressive for a young corner. His ability to lock down top receivers is undeniable. He allows only about 55% completion rate when targeted, and his yards per target are a mere 0. 9 yards, showcasing his elite coverage skills. In 2025, he played 11 games, with 17 solo tackles, 9 assists, and 3 picks, including a pick 6 that showcased his playmaking ability. His EPA, expected points added, versus the pass in 2025 was -0.15, which indicates he's actively reducing the offense's chances to succeed when he's on the field. His coverage grade stood at 80. 5, placing him among the top 20 cornerbacks in the league, and he's especially effective in contested catch situations, allowing only about 45%. In terms of style, Horn is a shutdown corner, similar to Sauce Gardner's reputation with the Jets, limiting top receivers to minimal yardage, sometimes even just 30 yards per game. That kind of lockdown ability is exactly what the Ravens need, especially considering their secondary has been exposed at times this season, with Marlon Humphrey dealing with a knee injury that sidelined him for about 4 weeks. Adding Horn would bolster their ability to lock down top WRs and give them a much-needed boost in coverage, which could translate directly into more turnovers and fewer big plays allowed. His presence would be a game-changer, especially in tight games where every possession counts. Now, the Ravens currently sit at 5-5, and their secondary has been a bit of a concern, allowing roughly 220 passing yards per game and giving up around 25 points on average. Bringing in Horn could really help turn that around. His ability to reduce completion percentage from around 62% to about 52% would significantly cut down opponents' success rate passing the ball. Plus, with Horn, the Ravens could expect an increase of around 8 more interceptions over the rest of the season, boosting their turnover margin and helping them close out games more effectively. The secondary would see an immediate upgrade, especially when paired with Nate Wiggins, who's been developing nicely and has the potential to be a solid CB2. And let's not forget the bigger picture here. This move could be an X-factor heading into the playoffs. With Horn in the lineup, the Ravens' defense would gain a major boost, reducing points allowed to about 21 per game. That's a huge step forward for a team that's been fighting to keep pace in a tough AFC North. The AFC playoff race is tightening up, and adding a player of Horn's caliber would give Baltimore an edge, especially against high-powered offenses like the Bengals, with WRs like Chase or other division rivals looking to exploit their secondary. Talking about the strategic impact, a trade like this might also send a message throughout the league. The Ravens are clearly serious about contending now, not just making a splash but making moves that have a real impact. The addition of Horn would not only improve their defense, but also send a signal to opponents that Baltimore is willing to be aggressive, especially if they're eyeing a deep playoff run. The odds could shift favorably too, odds like plus 1,200 increasing to plus 750, a 37% boost, making the Ravens even more attractive as contenders with this kind of upgrade. It's exactly the kind of move that could propel them from a good team to a great one, especially if Horn can replicate some of his best coverage performances and help the team generate more turnovers, which is crucial in tight games. Of course, as with any trade, there are risks involved. The Panthers might be cautious about letting go of such a talented player, especially one with Horn's upside. And the Ravens would need to ensure that the cap space is used wisely and that they're not sacrificing depth elsewhere. But considering the potential upside, locking down opponents' top receivers, reducing big plays, and increasing turnovers, it's a move that makes a lot of sense if the price is right. The Ravens' secondary, already solid but sometimes vulnerable, would become a fortress, and that kind of defensive strength is what can carry a team deep into the playoffs. In terms of what's next, it's all about timing and negotiations. The trade deadline isn't too far off, and teams are usually pretty active at this stage. If the Panthers are indeed open to trading Horn, Baltimore's front office will have to act quickly to secure him before someone else swoops in. And knowing the Ravens' history of smart, strategic moves, you can bet they're monitoring this situation closely. If they land Horn, it's not just a win for their secondary. It's a statement that Baltimore is all in on this season, aiming to dominate on defense and make another strong push for the Super Bowl. Now the ripple effects of this potential trade go beyond just the Ravens and Panthers. It could shake up the AFC playoff picture, forcing other teams to reconsider their game plans against Baltimore's revamped secondary. It also raises questions about what other moves might be on the horizon. Are they looking to bolster the pass rush next? Or perhaps add a veteran linebacker? The Ravens have shown time and again that they're not afraid to make bold moves to stay competitive. In the end, fans should be excited because this kind of move, if it happens, could be the catalyst for a championship run. The Ravens have the talent, the coaching, and now, potentially, the piece they need to take their defense to the next level. It's all about seizing opportunities in the NFL, and right now, acquiring J.C. Horn might just be that opportunity. So keep your eyes peeled, Ravens Nation, because big changes could be coming, and they could make this season even more memorable. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Baltimore Ravens news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think Horn would be a perfect fit in Baltimore? Are you excited about the idea of upgrading the secondary and boosting the defense for a playoff run? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us, and it's a big part of what makes our Ravens family so passionate. Remember, I'll be back very soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Baltimore Ravens news. We're all in this together, and the best is yet to come for Ravens Nation.